Hello, everyone. I'm Lon Shaver. I'm president of Silvercorp Metals. Today I'm joined by Chen Lin from chenpix.com. He's also the author of a recent article, Is There a Potential Silver Squeeze Coming in 2025? Chen, thanks very much for joining me today.
Thank you, Lon. Glad to be here.
Yeah, I think I would just give a quick introduction for those in our audience who are not familiar with Chen. Chen is a full-time fund manager for his extended family's assets. He started also a stock newsletter that's called What is Chen Buying? What is Chen Selling? He covers mostly industries in mining, energy, and technology. And I'd say you have a deep passion for mining, and you visited a number of mining projects over the course of your career. So are knowledgeable about companies and what makes them tick and what makes for successful stories. And I guess coming back to your recent article, it highlights a significant jump in demand for silver. Particularly noting the growth in of the solar industry. That's obviously a positive for the long-term fundamentals for the metal. But in your view, what are the main market forces that we're looking at right now that could trigger a silver squeeze?
Yeah, if we look at the history of the silver price in the past 50 years, silver tend to move violently, especially in the late stage of the gold bull market. So basically what happened usually is those people think they missed the run of gold, and then at the end they rush into silver. It happened multiple times, and I'm happy to share some chart with you later. But that's in general the thesis. And then silver come and can go very, very quickly, go up very, very quickly. But this time around, additional to bull market in gold, silver is running in deficit for many, many years. I show you, let me show you the chart, okay? So this is what we have. This is this chart is inflation adjusted silver price. So you see the silver in the 70s way above 50, and then here, and then we're just here. We're still in this triangle formula, this formation. Okay, we haven't really moved much, and this is a disclaimer. Everybody should read that. And then look at it. This is a deficit, and then you see we start going into 2020. Actually, that's a COVID year, and then it continue. This silver deficit persists into very major silver deficit into 5th or 6th years. We also invest in other metals. One is called palladium, and another one, I don't know whether other people follow, is called rhodium. And I both picked them up many years ago at about $1,000, and then palladium went to over 2,000 after 5 years of deficit, 5-year deficit. People think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 people think it will go on deficit forever. That's when people get excited. They rush into palladium. So basically, we have a run from 1,000 to over 2,000, below 1,000 to over 2,000. And then for the rhodium, actually from 1,000 to 25,000. It's amazing. I didn't get, in and out all this, but I got about 1,000. I sold like more than 10,000. Pretty nice run. So that's what I'm saying that we are into the 5th, 6th years of deficit of silver, and it's well recorded, and usually commodity tend to run around this period. In addition to that, we have very strong gold run, right? So as I said, silver tend to follow gold. So I would show you the chart of the silver. You can see that each time the spike of silver can be extremely severe, and then we seem to be here setting stage, right? Potentially for run. And today is the day after the Liberation Day in the United States. So actually silver went down a little bit, went down a couple of dollars. But you can see from the longer term chart, it still looks very, very undervalued. I mean, we're ready to run. So let me go stop here, and then I have other chart to share later.
Okay. Well, no, I mean, it's interesting you touched on what day it is today, and it being the day after all these tariffs were imposed. Maybe you can touch on that and this topic of tariffs and how they could influence like the price moves in silver here in the near term.
Yeah, so originally when Trump announced a general tariff of 10%, gold, silver both jumped yesterday. I remember that immediately jumped. People thought there will be tariff. And then they heard from the White House that gold and silver is exempt from the tariff. So it came down and then came down very hard over the night. I think that just people getting margin call. Right? People are short-term traders, want to get jump in to make some money. Look at gold, the gold so up, so high. Let's jump in silver and make some money, quick money. No, they got stop out, they got squeezed out, squeezed down. And it happened always. You can see those are very, very volatile. For investor, you just need to remember, okay, so when the silver spike up, it will be very fast and very furious. And then tariff, even though Trump administration didn't put on tariff this time, they still studying gold and silver tariff with other areas. So this still can come up.
So that's something potentially that could be a factor in 2025.
Yes, potentially. I think this, you can look at the silver chart I showed. It said as long as it's above $30, we're still in play. It's sometimes it just go down when nobody pay attention. Suddenly, silver start to move. And today's action in gold was very interesting. Gold came down hard and but bounced back very, very, very well. So we'll see what happened today. Is Thursday. We have Friday and then Monday, right? Those are generally the margin call. If there's people really, wrong step into gold and silver, they have to sell and let them sell. Next couple of days, we'll settle. I hope gold will be above 3,000 by early next week, and then silver above 30. Then we build a new baseline to go up from here.
Okay. And in your article, you talked about the fact that 2025, would be a pivotal or an important year for silver for a number of other reasons. Can you sort of touch on that?
Yeah, and also another reason you mentioned the tariff. Let me show you, share the screen again. Due to the tariff, there's a massive amount of silver moving towards the massive amount of silver move into United States. Okay, so what happened was all these silvers moving from London into the U.S. And let me share the screen again, and that created a very interesting situation. So that's there's a very high premium in the U.S. versus London. People are flying silver by plane from London into the U.S. That particularly, in addition to the deficit, silver deficit in the past few years, the inventory become very, very low. There's various reports available. In general, people believe there's about 300 million troy ounce of silver available for delivery. This one by TD is 313, and this is also counting the inventory available for delivery. See, this one it's about 300, 274. So in general, we think silver available for delivery right now is about 300 million ounce. So that's less than $10 billion. So for silver company are making incredible amount of money. I know you guys are making a lot of money. Another company I follow, Chris Neal, they have a free cash flow. 1 year is $1 billion last year, $1 billion US. So large shareholder already asked them to hold on to the silver. Right? I mean, I'm also concur that ask every silver company to hold. If you have extra cash, just put it, don't need, you can put it in the silver, physical silver. So you can see that $500 million here, $1 billion there, there's not a lot of inventory available in silver, available for delivery. So we can basically round up silver right here. So that's where I see a very, very, very exciting part.
And so, given that, and given the sort of the options that people have in front of them, I think you mentioned taking positions, earlier in palladium and rhodium. I don't know if there's stocks that you can own or whether you went physical. But when you look at what could be coming in the silver market, what's your advice to investors to get positioned for what you're seeing or what you're expecting in silver?
Okay, yeah, good. Yeah, so that's a very good question. My idea is to invest in the miners. Okay, let me show you a few chart that I got recently. So this is a gold mining company. Okay, you can see gold mining companies has been consistent outflow of money, has just started picking up, has been outflow consistent. Even gold is running, so money is being pulled out of gold miner because people don't believe in gold mining stock. Okay, and so in the meantime, let me see this chart. Yeah, this one is the margin of gold mining company. It's sky high. It's the highest in 40 years. It's same thing for silver. I'll show you. So that have a very interesting phenomenon is because all the fund managers, I know a lot of fund managers, they hold a lot of stocks, but they don't have inflow. Some has outflow, so they have to sell certain stock in order to buy certain stocks. That's in general make the mining company extremely undervalued. Not just undervalued, they are extremely undervalued. This is a recent report just came out, but this is a Scotia bank, but there are many other banks you can ask. So every single companies are trading at the lowest discount historically. I'm sure your company is, okay, as well. So that's for general for gold mining. For silver is even more extreme, right? So silver, as a recent presentation by Sprout, this huge divergence versus the profitability and the NAV versus the silver stock price. In the meantime, you can see the silver mining margin are tremendous. I think you guys are the same. So the point I'm making is, as long as gold, we don't need the gold to explode. We don't need the silver to explode. We just need the company's commodity price stay around here, 30 something, 3,000. The margin is incredible for the gold mining company, for silver mining company, and then we will see in a few weeks when they report. And then when people see real money come in, then there will be more money coming in in general. Okay, in this mining space, I see the best position right now for investor is to position themselves in the silver producer. You're one of those.
No, that certainly like the sound of that. And you think that optimism could outweigh the fact that if the broader market in stocks decline, that will have outperformance in the gold and the silver sectors, just based on that, higher prices leading to higher margins and higher profitability?
A higher price, higher margin, and then people, there's all these so-called generalists, right? Generalists, what do they run? They run all these robots, there's AI, they calculate the profitability of margin, they pick out which sector. I mean, I think they will pick it up, the mining company, in a nanosecond. I think once this quarter's earning come out, people will be very impressed. And then I have to show you, very importantly, there's just very little inflow to those funds in general, gold and silver fund, specialty fund. Once people, not just those specialty, general fund, general people, general public, retail investor get into that, and I have been there. And 2009 was difficult, 2010, 2011, 2012. Those years can run for very, very, can have a very much more different situation. And then right now I'm saying is, if you compare the profit margin right now versus the old days, it's crazy. This is we are looking at one of the greatest buying opportunity I see for the gold and silver mining companies. And if you think silver will repeat, history will repeat itself in silver, I think the best way is to invest in silver company.
Well, that certainly is music to our ears. It sounds very exciting. Chen, thank you for sharing your insights. It's been a pleasure chatting with you about your article. I'd like to thank all our viewers for joining us for this interview. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and then we can keep you apprised of further content that we're going to put forward here on our channel. So again, thanks everyone, and have a great day in these interesting times.
Thank you.